Da-na-na-na-na, Batman! Dakota and I are back with another DC movie. We are here with the one and only 1989 Batman. Now, this might be a little weird because if you've been on my channel for a while, you might already know I reacted to this movie like 2 years ago. But in this rewatch of DC movies, we can't just skip it. We can't. Yes, I've seen it, but Dakota hasn't. At least he doesn't remember it. And if he has seen it, he told me it was most likely when he was a kid. So I love this movie. I can't wait to get into it. Dakota, how are you feeling? I know you're a Batman fan. What are you anticipating about this movie?
Yeah, when we were like watching through all the movies and stuff, like especially watching through Superman and Swamp Thing, like I've enjoyed watching those. But like before all of that, I've been like a Batman fan, and I've kind of to try to keep up with me being more of a Batman fan than like a overall DC fan, because now we're going through all the movies. I actually bought Batman Year One as a comic and like read through that.
Oh, nice.
You know, trying to keep up with everything. Batman Year One, it was 1987, yeah. This version that they're doing was like, it's very close to 89, a few years before then, in fact. So I know specifically for this Batman, right, 89, that's when they do like get a bit more of like a darker, grittier kind of feel a bit, right?
Yeah.
I just find it funny that the one comic that I managed to like read first and decide to read first was like a few years prior to the lead up to this. So I'm kind of like excited about that, to like see how like if anything is like actually like follow up with like them redoing the comics or whatever and like doing stuff new, especially if they're going to start doing new stuff with this.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. If you guys are excited to jump into Batman 89 with us, do us a favor and subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the bell so you get notified every time we're dropping a new DC live action movie reaction. As I've mentioned before, we are watching every single live action DC movie from Superman, the movie from 1978, all the way until James Gunn's new Superman movie that comes out next year. Also, go check out the Patreon page. Over there, you can sync up your own copy of the movie and watch the entire thing with us from the beginning to the end, linked in the description below. Without further ado, we are gonna jump right in to Batman. Let's go. Now, I will say, this must have taken inspiration from Superman 78. It is a decently long title sequence, if I remember correctly. But, I mean, back then, when you had a banging soundtrack like this, I understand.
Yep.
For God's sake, Harold, can we please just get a taxi?
I'm trying to get a taxi!
We're going the wrong way!
Jimmy, put that away. We'll look like tourists.
Hi, honey.
I'll never get it.
Really? That's wild.
Well, yeah. Well, I guess it's Gotham City, but also like, really? The child?
I know, he's clearly a child.
He doesn't have any money.
Yeah, what?
like that's the main issue.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like, that's the main... Yeah, exactly.
Hey, lady, do the kid a favor. Don't scream.
Oh, she's dead.
I'm gonna be honest though, they got off in a better way than Bruce's parents did.
Oh, right.
I mean, yeah, he got knocked down, but it's not like he's dead.
Well, it's a good thing to stay quiet so they can hear it.
Oh, this is funny. I remember this. Roll the credits. It's over.
But that's good though.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, now what?
Yeah, because that's part of the thing is like having like that myth of like they shot the Batman and he was still like got up, like he's indestructible.
Yeah.
That's
no
like,
time
really
even.
Good.
Like he just got back up.
What are you? I'm Batman.
Jeez. Great delivery from Michael Keaton.
And for my next trick.
Nice.
Okay, the cops are coming. I was like, wait, but why did he leave him like still fine? That's kind of weird.
You look fine.
I didn't ask.
She make it clap. I got the strap. 21 gats. Feel like I'm savage.
Dang, cold.
The glance.
What a boss. And then walks away. Sick.
Yeah, that glance at her, like...
I didn't ask. For some reason in my head, I thought he was going to say, like, I know, or something, but no, that was good too.
Thanks for the tip, Dwayne.
This guy's hilarious.
Christ, Knox.
Hello,
Knox.
Lieutenant Eckhart. I hear we just had us another bat attack.
Oh boy,
That's
yeah.
what, 8 sightings now in just under a month? I hear the commissioner's even opened a file. True?
Sorry, Knox. These two slipped on a banana peel.
I'm telling you, man.
Or no.
A
Oh.
giant bat.
I mean, I do like this early stuff where no one believes that Batman's like real.
You know, the one thing that frustrates me is this guy here, the detective, or the lieutenant here. Why couldn't this have been Detective Harvey Bullock? That's a really great character.
Right.
I don't know if he was created for Batman the Animated Series, so he wasn't like a character yet.
No.
I don't know when the character was made, though. I wish this could have been him.
Hi, I'm Vicky Vale.
Vicky.
Yeah, photographer, Vogue, Cosmo, yeah. Listen, if you want me to pose nude, you're gonna need a long lens.
Hey, yo. Alfred, yes.
Yep. Yeah, isn't he the only guy that is Alfred for all the movies?
Yeah, all 4.
Or like I was implying that anyone else was like Alfred for the whole. No, I meant like he's the only actor that stays consistent.
Yeah. It's him and Gordon.
Okay.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Could you tell me which of these guys is Bruce Wayne?
Well, I'm not sure.
Thanks, Haley.
Was so?
Oh, certainly. Yeah.
Is the idea she's new or whatever, so she doesn't know? Because this
Right, she's not. Yeah, she's never been to Gotham, or if she has,
Okay.
it's been a long time.
if she's doing research, she would know who Bruce Wayne looks like, right?
I would think so.
They're
but
taking
I guess
photos
the
for like
idea-
they're taking photos for like Vogue and other stuff, so photos exist. No one has taken a photo of Bruce Wayne and is like, this is Bruce Wayne. He's the prime guy of the Wayne Enterprise now because his parents died or whatever.
Yeah, I think the idea here is that Bruce has just kind of been very recluse.
Just seems strange.
I would think. I do think they would know what he looks like, but I don't know.
Who is this guy?
He gives to all these humanitarian causes, and then
Yeah, do you think you're supposed to be in this room? If no one's here, you probably should.
Check this out.
Oh wow.
He must have been king of the wicker people.
If I was in a room that I wasn't meant to be in, also, I would be constantly checking my back to see if anybody else was coming in.
It's Japanese.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Oh, did they know he was there? Because
Because I bought it in Japan.
he just like spoke and they were like, oh,
sorry.
you know where
Bruce Wayne. Oh, I read your work. I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh, thanks. Can I have a grant?
Sir, Commissioner Gordon was compelled to leave.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Very unexpectedly, sir.
Oh, and give Knox a grant.
Love that.
It's also not weird that it was like, oh yeah, Commissioner left very unexpectedly, and he was like, Bruce Wayne's like, huh, I gotta leave immediately then.
Also, that's excessive. Why has he got 3 cameras there?
Three cameras. Even
They're
if,
all pointing in the same direction.
yeah, even if one breaks and you have another one as a backup, why? Yeah, 3.
Also, in a busy party, how can this...
Robert, what's up?
Anonymous.
Oh yeah, it's like a perfect microphone sound, like they were mic'd.
That is impressive.
What the hell's going on?
Christ, what are you trying to do? Blow the collar? I'm in charge here, not Carl Grissom.
That's crazy that he knows. He knows that he's a dirty cop. That's wild. I kind of like that, though. It's like Gordon knows that other fellow policemen in Gotham are corrupt.
Yeah.
And he just kind of has to deal with it. That's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah, I think that's one of the big things with him, and especially why Batman talks with Gordon most of the time. It's because it's like Gordon
Yeah.
actually like cares as much as Batman does. Hello, boys. There's got to be a few good Batman quips in here, right? That was cool though. That part there, him like pulling him over the ledge and then like making sure he's like safe. That was good. Oh, he's got that smile.
Ah, you fool. Should have just run to the exit. Oh, I saw the wire.
Yeah, on the.
Oh, no, he had that
Unless
on
he was
purpose.
supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah, he just disconnected it.
That's cool.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad they included that one shot where he like detached it, because otherwise it looked like clear wire work.
Yeah, that fits.
Okay, this doesn't make sense. How did he lose him there? Batman, you're not that weak. You did that on purpose.
Oh. Yep, I like this.
I love that he can't turn his neck.
Yeah, he just
I
has.
actually kind of like it.
It makes it like so goofy, like cartoonish. It's like perfect.
No.
That's awesome as
Until
well.
we find out, keep a lid on it.
But yeah, I like that he can't turn his neck. It does make it kind of goofy. There's something about it I like. I don't know.
How's the soup?
Excuse me?
The soup. How is it?
It's good.
It's great. It's great.
Well, the fact that they made it like a comedic moment as well, like for like works.
Did you have a hard time finding the house?
Yeah.
No.
Dude, I like him.
Good.
I like all the dialogue so far has been like top tier. Like I really like all the stuff so far.
Yeah, it's great.
You wanna know the truth? I don't think I've ever been in this room before. Do you wanna get out of here?
Yes.
Yeah, that Bruce Wayne charm, that rich boy.
This is probably the most awkward Bruce Wayne that has ever been in like live action. But I like it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That you, Sugar Bumps?
Yes.
Who the hell are you?
It's me,
Yes.
Sugar Bumps.
There we go.
Oh, thank God you're alive. I heard you'd been fried.
Which also, by the way, why would he be like? I was gonna say like, why is he scared? He hasn't like seen his face yet, and like seen how messed up he looks.
Yeah, but he knows he's there to kill him.
Maybe we can cut a deal.
Cut.
Jack is dead, my friend. You can call me Joker.
Okay, that's good.
Who's this guy?
Who cares? Forget about Bruce Wayne. I'm on to Batman.
You know what? He has a point though. They were working together to figure out stuff about Batman, and now she's like trying to do a deep dive on Bruce Wayne.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He is kind of right though about, you know, what he said there. He's like, I'm just worried about, you know, you doing your job. And it's like, yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Why is she like stalking Bruce Wayne? Like that is a very personal thing.
So what's this affidavit you filed? Grissom gave you all his businesses?
Mr. Grissom asked me, as a personal favor, to take over the operation of his businesses until he returns.
Oh, that's a pretty big favor. You two must have been very close.
Very close.
Did you do a little time together as children?
That's wild. I don't know why you would ever taunt someone you know is a mobster.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that?
I think that's this guy's problem. It's not that he like is like people don't want to talk to him. It's just he asks stupid questions so no one wants to like give him answers.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell he's probably one of those guys who just kind of gets on people's nerves.
Hello, Vinny. It's your Uncle Bingo. Time to pay the check.
The pen is truly mightier than the sword.
And gunfire is even better than that.
Bruce, what are you doing?
But that is weird. Hey, kind of cool. He got shot and he's kind of fine, but
yeah, he didn't even like flinch.
But also, why did he blow his cover? He's like kind of blowing his cover like that. Like everyone else is down and.
I know, and he told Vicky he would be gone for like a week or whatever,
yeah.
And then he's just like out in public.
Photos.
Oh, he's got. Okay, that big like logo he's got on his chest there on that jacket. That's pretty sick.
I know, those jackets are awesome.
Who is that?
That's Vicky Vale. She's the photographer who's working with Knox.
Now that girl has style. Jesus Marimba.
What? That's not.
Oh.
I'm of a mind to make some mookie. Phone book.
Yes, sir.
Mookie. Yeah, it's definitely Oh.
You know, it's fair enough he went crazy and all, but Bob is so like down for it. It's kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
Like he was just a mobster before, and now he's like, my boss is crazy, so I guess I'm just gonna go with the flow.
Yeah. Cue Becky.
Good evening. The fashion world was stunned today by the sudden deaths of models Candy Walker and Amanda Keeler.
This just in.
Oh, that's cool.
3 mysterious deaths at a beauty parlor in...
Oh, that's good. I like that. I like how that shot was.
Kill the camera.
Love that Joker.
Ooh. That is like very unsettling.
Yeah.
That is like a Joker thing to do. Have people that have died on the news and then like clip them out and then like have them be mouthing stuff even though they died.
Right.
It's like so messed up.
Miss Vale, this just arrived for you.
Oh yeah. Definitely open that up.
Urgent.
It's like written in crayon too.
Yeah, drawn in crayon. That's awesome. Put this on right now.
Ooh.
I would do what it says.
Yeah, does she not? And she ends up getting gassed. Yeah, it's showtime.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence? I love how all of his guys are just down for it.
Yeah.
It's great. Now, when I did this reaction previous, this whole scene just could not go on YouTube.
Right,
I had to be so... I barely could include any of it because of this song, so... Patreon.
That's good. Like, this is what we need more of in, like, the new movies. It's like this stuff.
I want a villain that has fun.
Yeah.
You know? How often do we see that? Never.
Like, I really like the darker and grittier, like, Batman stories, especially, like, yeah, with Joker. He's, like, the more, like, kills people, like, constantly and has, like, these creative ways of doing stuff or whatever. But, like, yeah, it's, like, this stuff where he's, like, dancing around and, like, I need a bit more comic silliness.
Well, she's just a sketch, really. Alicia, sit down. Show the lady why you wear the mask. You see, Miss Vale, Alicia's been made over in line with my new philosophy, so now, like me, she's a living work of art. I don't know Picasso, but do you like it?
What, she was just burned?
I don't know. It kind of looked like what his face looked like after the bullet kind of grazed his face.
Well, yeah, it just looks like a... I was expecting, like, some more crazy stuff, but I guess they toned it back. Or I just don't realize what that was. Yeah, that's from the... Well, about time.
Okay, so I don't know if you saw it, but when he was dropping down, he had a wire on him. And that time, when he landed, he didn't have any wire anymore. It's the only time in this entire movie where I notice, like, wire work.
I would be fine if it was just like, if it was the same gadgets before. They didn't have to show that cut that time, because we saw that previously, you know?
How much do you weigh?
About 108, I think.
I also love how the gadgets, like, when he clicks the button, they, like, move from the back of his belt to the front. That's awesome.
See that thing on my belt? Grab it. Whatever you do, don't let go.
Wild.
Ooh, nice. Yep. Oh, dang. That's almost equivalent to, like, a later in the Affleck. He gets, like, capped in the back of the head or something like that. That almost, like, gave me the same vibes there. Because they were, like, point blank, just poof.
I was going to say that's wild from Vicky, but what a good shot that was. You know what I mean? Getting that picture.
Yep.
Totally worth it.
But also, hey, that's the story that they're trying to get, kind of, is this is actual proof of Batman. True. So. Oh, boy.
Oh, no, this guy. He comes in all crazy, does the flip. Boom! Kicked in the face.
That's good.
Hilarious.
Oh, and the taunt, yeah.
Where are we going?
Home.
Dang, that's rude.
Yeah, okay, yeah, at least answer. You could joke about her weight, but you can't tell her where you're taking her.
Yeah.
Computer, I'm home.
Hey, computer. I'm home. I'm home. I'm home.
That reminds me of the Lego Batman movie, if you've ever seen that.
That's what I was referencing.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Yeah, I was going to say that instantly made me think of that. So that makes sense.
The police have got it wrong. They're looking for one product. The Joker's tainted hundreds of chemicals at the source.
And that lighting's good too. Because then the shadows is like covering his eyes more. And his face, even the bottom of his face.
There is something else you have that I want.
Uh-oh.
Okay, hold on. So my question here, you brought her back to her apartment and put her on her bed. Why did you put her on her bed that way? That is so horrible for her neck, like for everything. That's crazy.
It's me. I've recently had a tragedy in my life.
Oh, you don't see. Oh.
Threw herself out of the window.
Oh, jeez.
But you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs.
Oh, that's good. Oh my god, okay, I really like this. Again, it's like his story and like him being so insane that people are like killing themselves not to stay with him now. It's like, that's good storytelling. I like that.
Well, I don't know if she actually did kill herself. I think he pushed her out the window.
Maybe, yeah. Because
that's why he said you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, because I think he took her out.
Well, I was thinking it was like he like mentally broke her to the point where she decided to, you know, end it. So it's like you can't make an omelet without like breaking a few, you know.
All we can really do is theorize, because they don't really tell us anything more. So,
but even the fact that they imply that type of stuff is like, I like that.
Made mistakes.
No,
And he had a...
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Like what?
You ever dance with the devil in
the pale moonlight? Oh, dude. Oh, that's...
What?
And he was like, what?
All my prey. I just like the sound of it.
But yeah, that line of the, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. That's always been such an iconic line, but I've never been a fan of it. Because personally, I'm like, it was so out of character for Bruce Wayne to be like that. But I don't know. I've never heard a good explanation for why it makes sense to people.
I don't know. I think you said that Bruce was like the awkward type in this, right?
Yeah, but...
So it's like, I don't know. I think that also adds to like he's trying to be cool and then he ends up getting shot. Because also, again, with the dichotomy of him also being Batman, it's like he's more stoic and more actually put together. So it's like, I don't know. I think it was fine. Especially because that was one scene of like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, this is kind of where they dive into the backstory.
Yeah. Which, okay, fair enough. Good thing they didn't do it at the start, because it changes it up a little bit. Like Superman, we kind of had that a little bit, even like Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
It was like, here's the origin story, which then follows up with like what they do after. But no, we started with like a Batman scene and the Joker's origin first, actually, before we actually get into that night.
Which they did it on purpose and in a very clever way. Like, it isn't just like they were like, oh, let's just put it in the middle of the movie. Like, you'll see here in a second why they left it until now.
Yeah, so there was multiple people that did it.
You ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight?
Let's go, Jack!
I mean, sure.
So yeah, they saved it just because of the you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight.
Joker's whole thing is like he doesn't have a backstory. The whole idea is just like he shows up and he's like a foil to Batman. So it's like him also like having ties to being like, oh, he's killed Batman, like Bruce's parents is like, I feel like that's a little too far from me. But again, this is a certain adaptation for the movie. I think it works. Ooh.
Oh, hell no, man.
What? What's happening all of a sudden?
Wild from Alfred.
Okay, hold on.
Fire him.
Why is she here all of a sudden? What is happening? It just feels like now.
Alfred.
Are they like throwing everything like out the window now? Because, okay, so yeah, that Joker reveal just happened. And then Vicky is now here and knows that Bruce is Batman. Oh my God. I didn't know it like all happened like this immediately. Like what the...
Okay, see, this is where things get a little wild with Batman.
Oh, man.
You just murdered all of them.
Oh my God, this is worse than I thought. Okay, so I knew that Batman like started to kill people, like especially in this movie by the end. But like, oh my God,
this is so unnecessary. He did not need to do this.
Yeah, first of all, yeah, well, he didn't need to blow up all the Ace chemicals or whatever. Especially with people in it, yeah, but...
Yeah, okay, they're bad guys. You could have gone in there and taken them all down so easily. I mean, I guess this Batman didn't say anything about having a kill rule, but then why didn't he, at the beginning of the movie, let that one guy fall off the side?
Yeah.
I do like this part, though.
Yeah, again, Jack Nicholson Joker being an actual good Joker here. Let's forget the Batman stuff for now. Here's another fun little scene here.
Yeah, another Prince song, and like I love that this Joker has fun. He's like the only Joker in live action to have fun, other than the one from the 60s.
Yeah.
As my plastic surgeon always said, if you gotta go, go with a smile.
It's crazy.
What is his plan? Oh, okay, Knox.
Oh, it's
the
not
real
good.
hero.
Oh, okay, okay.
He's trying to get the balloon out of there.
It's actually,
dude,
wow.
What a real one. He deserves that grant that he asked for earlier in the movie. Yeah. He deserves it now.
He deserves 2 grants.
Dude, he got made fun of the whole movie, and now he's like...
he like actually did something.
He is risking his own life to save Gotham.
Yeah, especially, yeah, because the Joker could just be like, oh, there's a guy that's like trying to like stop our guys from like holding down the balloon. Pow! Like shoots him with a revolver.
Exactly.
Yep.
There you go.
Nice.
My balloons.
In the clouds.
They're gonna go up to that giant net in the in space. That
yeah, Superman. Yeah.
They're just gonna get roped into that net with all the nuclear missiles.
Yeah, we cut to a deleted scene of Superman flying up into space. And he's like, "What is that?"
He stole my balloons!
Oh, I love this
Why
part.
didn't somebody tell me that he had one of those things?
We never seen that before.
Bob? Gun.
Bob Gun.
Oh, yeah. Nice. That's good.
Going to need a minute or two alone, boys.
I love how he asked him for the gun and then killed him with it.
So good.
That's hilarious.
Come on, hit me.
Come on, you gruesome son of a... Come to me.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Nice. It actually gets him too. That's so...
Took out the Batwing.
It's so goofy, but it's like, that's... Yes. Walk with me. Vicky.
Dude fell right through the floor.
But why? Why was that even... That's kind of weird.
Bro thought he had the sneak attack, but fell right through the floor.
You know, without you, I just wouldn't want to go on.
Oh yeah, the bang gun as well. I feel like they just had a checklist and they were like, all right, got one. Okay, got that one. Dude, what the heck? Dead.
Yeah. I don't understand. Yeah, again, so yeah, they check off the list of Joker of everything they got there, but they can't stick to Batman's no kill rule.
Yeah, I know.
It's so ridiculous.
Excuse me. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Kill you.
I'm gonna kill you. He said that. Oh, hey!
There we go. Like...
The laughing teeth.
Oh, that's good as well.
You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses on, would you? Huh?
What? He had to have landed perfectly, though. Like, that's kind of wild.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine a Joker style of that where, yeah, he, like, does a backflip off the ledge, but then, like, lands perfectly fine in, like, a comic, like, goofy way. That seems right. Oh, the gargoyles got him.
Yeah, he just sentenced him to death. I mean, he did say, I'm going to kill you. So, I mean, this Batman we know is already a killer.
Yeah.
Oh, what a way to go, though. I love how she's just not screaming anymore.
Yeah.
Why did she stop screaming?
Maybe what, passed
and
out?
now she's screaming again. Wow, that was not even like
Huh.
a soft, come to a standstill. They just stopped.
Yeah.
Like,
There would have been a bit of whiplash there.
yeah. So, that was Batman 1989, or just Batman the movie, whatever you want to call it. Now, I've seen this before. My video that I did by myself reacting to it is up on the channel. So most of my thoughts haven't changed at all. So Dakota, I'm going to throw this over to you right away to just get your thoughts on the movie.
It was simultaneously like better than I was thinking and also worse than I was thinking. The one thing that I did not like, the fact that he killed people. And I know it's like, again, it's all interpretation stuff, but like I feel like that's the one thing, like if you really wanted Batman to be Batman, of all the things, it's like that's the one thing you don't change is the fact that he kills. It's also the same thing of like Batman doesn't go around like showing people, he's not Iron Man going around being like, oh, I'm Bruce Wayne, I'm also Batman to like the whole world, you know what I mean? It's like there's certain rules that you got to follow by to be like, okay, there's just the basic stuff of like what makes Batman Batman. So I was thinking before, I thought it was closer to like about like most of the movie was he like spared everyone, especially at the beginning. It was like when he during the Ace Chemical scene, like he didn't actually like let him fall. He actually like caught him with the grapple and like hooked it onto something else. Even the stuff at the beginning, the guy he said I'm Batman, he didn't like beat him up afterwards. He like threw him back on the roof, fell off the roof, and then disappeared. And then the guy went crazy or whatever, you know. I thought the whole movie was gonna be that him being fine, and then him killing like 2 or 3 people. So then like 5% of the movie would have been like he broke his rule, and then that would have been like, okay, but the rest of the movie you did it fine. You showed you were capable of Batman not killing anyone. So then why did you suddenly do it? But then actually watching it, he switches his rule halfway through. So he like drives to Ace Chemicals, blows everyone up. Flies through, the air with the bat wing, and then you're at the church, and then he just like, I don't know, and then he just like kills everyone again. Yeah. So it's just like, what is this sudden change? I don't understand that. It's like you got up to the halfway point. Like the first half was like someone that was like directing it first, that was like actually knew, or like was writing it first, that like knew what Batman was, and like actually like cared enough. And then like by the time that the second half happened, they threw all that stuff out the window just for some reason. And it's just like, why did you decide to change it?
Because it was as soon as he realized that Joker was the one who killed his parents. Wasn't it after that then he blew up Ace Chemicals and all that? So he was just like on a warpath at that point. Batman's meant to be better than his criminals, but as soon as he realized, oh, Joker's the one who killed my parents, okay, I'm gonna go kill all of his men and kill him too. Like, what?
And then, not only that, he follows through with it. Joker dies at the end. It's not like, oh, those few people I could kill, but then Joker, it's like, oh, maybe, I'm better than this. He actually goes through with it, and there is no repercussions for him killing Joker. He kills the Joker, and then he wins. That's not how that's supposed to work.
And then the cops are like cool with him and everything.
Yeah, they got a signal now for him to be like, oh yeah, you've proven yourself. Even though it's like I don't know, it's so ridiculous. That's the one thing, is everything else is fine. I like the aesthetic of Gotham. I like Jack Nicholson as a Joker, and this was like perfect. I was like, that is actually like the goofy comical version, and all of his different like Joker gadgets that he had was good. I wasn't a fan of like Joker's backstory of him being like responsible for Bruce Wayne being Batman, or like that's kind of a thing of like him falling into the chemicals is what made him Joker as well. But even if they didn't show that, that's like, that would be fine, because Joker's kind of like you don't know his deal, which then feeds into the character of like, you don't know what he's going to do next. I think that's why I like a Joker that doesn't have a backstory. Like if he's just insane and you don't know nothing about him, that makes him like better. And yeah, it's just the thing with the killing thing. I think that is the catalyst for what everyone's argument is afterwards, of just like, oh, why doesn't Batman kill him? Because it's like, oh, all these bad villains. It's like, I think it started here where they killed Joker at the end to be like, okay, no more Joker. Which I guess it's like also in a director's term, if you don't want to keep the character going, it's like, well, how are you going to not have him show up again? Well, just kill him at the end. It's like, okay. But it's like, but then, yeah, then that sets up the catalyst of like, if Batman kills Joker here, then why can't he kill his villains in the next movie? And then like in the movie after that, or like even when there's a new adaptation, people are going to be thinking of this movie and be like, well, he killed people in this movie, so why can't he do that in this stuff?
Yeah.
So, and you can't, now that you've done this, you can't follow up with like, because in the next movie, if you spare him, then it's like, okay, well, what changed? But then if you kill him, then that feeds into the thing of being like, oh, okay, that's a acceptable thing to do.
I agree with you. I think the biggest negative for me in this movie is him killing. I hate that. I've never liked that. I didn't even remember that happening until I watched it for my reaction a couple years ago, because I was so upset when I watched like Batman v Superman and was seeing Batman kill in that. It's like, I was like, oh, why is Batman killing in this? And then I heard people say Batman in this movie killed. And I was like, wait, what? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
And then when I rewatched it, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, he just murders people. I hated that, but literally everything else in this movie, I mean, I already said I didn't like the bit where Bruce is like, you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. Like, I didn't like that, but
I was fine with that, but yeah.
Everything else. Like, Jack Nicholson's Joker is freaking awesome. I think he does just steal this movie. You know, I love all the characters too, like Batman and Vicky Vale and Alfred's great. Alfred's kind of wild in this movie, but bringing Vicky into the Batcave is wild.
Oh yeah, that dude. I forgot that happened even. And then okay, and then from what I remember, she doesn't even show up in the rest of the movies, right? Or something like that.
Oh yeah, no, she's done. She's done.
So I don't
Why did it happen? I don't know. They do mention her.
Oh, maybe. Okay. Well,
they mention her in the next movie, but it's very like brief, and we'll see. Well, you'll see.
Okay, I'll see the explanation, but yeah, that's okay.
I love Knox. I think he's great, the reporter. I mean, he was the hero. He was the real hero. He risked his life to save the day.
I was not at all vibing with him at the beginning. I was like, this guy's a loser. Like, I really don't care about him. But yeah, I want to see more of Vicky Vale because she's actually going to have a relevance to Batman. And then Knox comes with a gas mask, not a gas mask, but he's actually got like, it wasn't even a gas mask that would work. It was like a paper mask. And he runs out and he's beating the crap out of all the guys holding the balloon down to try to like actually fix it, while everyone else is like, worry about how much money they've got.
Batman's just joyriding in the sky.
Yeah, like, and that was the point also where like Batman was in his kill mode, I guess. So maybe he was just flying around and letting the citizens die out because he could have done that much earlier. So I don't know what was happening at that. It's so ridiculous.
I don't know. But Knox is such a fun character. I really enjoy him. Gordon and Harvey Dent and all those other characters, they're kind of just in the movie occasionally. They don't, have a ton of screen time. But I love Bob. Bob's great. He was always down for everything that Joker was down for.
Oh, right.
But I love that Joker has so much fun in this movie.
Also, yeah, this was a PG-13 movie, but I felt like it was, I don't know, because there was like the Joker was doing crazy stuff of like he killed people and like used their bodies as like puppets for his little show on TV or whatever. And like,
love that Joker.
A lot of like, all that sexual, like, because Gotham's also like a corrupt or whatever, and so like there's gonna be all that crazy stuff going on. All that stuff that was in here was like, oh, it's kind of interesting how like they did kind of like went deeper into that of being kind of more of like a darker, like everything's kind of all a mini dystopian type of situation as well. Like they actually went for it in this, which I actually really liked as well.
Well, I love how like this movie, like for me, out of all the movies we've watched so far, this movie, the one I want to compare it to instantly is Superman, the first one. Because these two movies just feel very similar. It is kind of interesting. It's like, Metropolis and Superman, Lois, etc. They feel lighter. Everything about that movie just feels more light and fun in that regard. This movie feels fun, but darker and more serious in certain ways. Like, they both feel like they could both exist in terms of the world of like having a really dark, horrible city where crime is outrageous, and then you have a city like Metropolis where there is crime, but everything just feels more light and safe, which I kind of like the difference between that movie and this movie and how they show it, especially with like Michael Keaton's Batman and / Bruce Wayne and, you know, Christopher Reeve's Clark Kent's Superman. Like it's so different, but then you also get the similarities with like the newspaper and Knox, you know, you have here with Knox and Vicky Vale, where in there you have like Jimmy Olsen and Lois Lane and Perry White. You know, you get the differences there, which I think is super cool to, you know, compare and see the difference.
I didn't even think of it like that, but yeah, that is pretty cool.
What did you have, like a scene that was like a standout?
Well, of course, the quotes I keep thinking about. Of course, the "Let's go nuts" is of course infamous for, you know, whatever. Under the Pale Moonlight, I forgot that was in this movie. Like, do you ever dance with the devil under the pale moonlight? I remember that's like references on like other stuff too. Like this has been like, that was a quote that like was kept being references of like other stuff too. Joker being on TV was interesting because, again, I mentioned like how like very creepy and like very disturbing it was, but also like even with that, how like goofy he was being with it, with like doing the funny little like gestures of like moving the window across and like revealing himself, and like him calling out to Batman through the television. That was never explained, I guess, now that I think about it. Like, how did he get access to like, how did he hack the television network and like was able to be on there?
Yeah, I don't know. Connections, I guess.
I was kind of thinking about that, but also I was like, well, it's the Joker and he's like doing this fun stuff on TV, and I'm just like, you know what, that doesn't matter. That's fine. So that's what I remember. Again, him dancing through the thing. It's like all of them are like Joker. The Joker stuff is like the stuff I remember. Even like trying to think of like the Batman stuff. Like a particular Batman moment that was like, whoa, this is Batman. Nothing comes to mind.
That's fair.
Especially,
I mean,
that final half, I was like, of course, that's not Batman, because he's like gone crazy, actually. But then, like, prior to that, I'm thinking it's just like maybe at the start when we first see him, because he's like got his wings all out, and he like gets shot, fakes being dead, and then like rises up again. And it's just like, that's a cool, like, to instill the fear, like I said, like, I think during the thing, like that's pretty cool. But then like other than that, it's just like, well, Batman's kind of, I don't know, he's just not doing too much Batman stuff, I don't think.
Sure. I mean, the line at the beginning of the movie when he holds the guy over the roof and the guy's like, what are you? And he's like, I'm Batman. Like, he said it so perfectly. You know, I feel like that's the type of line that could come off maybe not great. You know, it could come off cringy or something if not performed correctly, and I think Michael Keaton did nail that scene. I love his Bruce Wayne. Like, we kind of mentioned it during our reaction, but the more kind of goofy Bruce Wayne, I feel like it's not the normal Bruce Wayne you see in like all the other iterations that we're going to get to down the line here. It's very unique in that way, which I must say I did enjoy it. I love the bit where Vicky goes up to him and is like, do you know where Bruce Wayne is? And he's like, oh, I don't know. Like, that's kind of fun.
Even during that dinner scene where they were like, it was like, yeah, it had that like awkward sense of like them sitting at just two different ends of the table, but then like he was cracking jokes during that whole thing, and it was like, oh, he's actually putting on the charm. That's like, he's actually like very good. It was like,
how's the soup?
Yeah, how's the soup? Did you find the house well or whatever? Like, did you have trouble finding it? I didn't realize this, and I was thinking Batman is much more like Batman himself, not Bruce Wayne. But Batman as a character and everything is like more of a grittier, darker person. He doesn't crack jokes. He's the guy that doesn't smile at all, you know, like that type of thing.
Right.
But then, following up with this, reading comic, looking at the Batman animated series, like a few of those episodes, and even this movie, Batman's funny. Like, he actually like cracks jokes sometimes. Like in this movie, when he mentioned about like Vicky Vale, and he's being like, you don't weigh 104 pounds or whatever he said.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe if you talked to me like a year ago, or even like, a year ago, or like maybe even like 6 months or whatever, when I was like not like too into it, I would have been like, that's not, Batman wouldn't say that. Like, Batman's too more like that, or you know, and like wouldn't joke and be like, just get in the car. But like, no, Batman is funny, and like I feel like even like, in this, that works. It was written well for like a good Batman. His dialogue and like how he was and all that stuff, it's like it all was good except for the end, of course. But yeah, all I think it was good stuff.
Again, I've said most of my stuff before in the previous reaction, which you guys can check out on the channel if you want to know more of my thoughts on this movie, because it hasn't changed. It's pretty much the same. I enjoyed this movie a lot. I think I'm sticking with the same score I gave it the previous time I watched it, which I believe was an 8 out of 10. I think it's a solid movie. I think it docks 2 points from a perfect movie because I don't love the ending, as Dakota mentioned as well. I don't like how he kills Joker and kills a ton of people. Like, I've never been a fan of that. I also just think like some of the choices, like this is more of a nitpick from me, but the bit where he's like hanging upside down, sleeping like a bat, I thought that's so stupid. Like, what are we doing? And then obviously though, you want to get nuts. I've never been a huge fan of. So there's certain things with Bruce Wayne, Batman, that I'm not a huge fan of. I also think the bit where he's like just so willing to tell Vicky that he's Batman, only knowing her for like a few days or whatever, seems weird too. Like, there's some writing things there that I'm not a huge fan of. But other than that, you know, it's such a fun movie. I really enjoy it a lot. Jack Nicholson's great, as I mentioned, and some of the supporting characters are really awesome as well. So yeah, I'm giving it a solid 8 out of 10. How about you, Dakota?
Okay, so this is going to be assuming that we did our live stream, and I've made some changes, and I've got one change in mind specifically that hopefully by the time we actually do the live stream I keep it, but we'll see how that goes. So first of all, when he was sleeping upside down, that was actually him sleeping upside down. I didn't remember that.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I remember literally hanging upside down by his feet.
I remember the scene. I didn't think he actually slept though. I thought he was like doing. He slept like that?
I think that's what it was, because it was like, it was meant to signify like, oh, he's like a bat sleeping upside down.
Oh yeah, that is kind of stupid then. I was thinking it was just like he was on that Batman grind. He was like practicing working out or something, like being upside down for an extended period of time. I didn't know he was okay.
I'm pretty sure he was sleeping because he was like slightly like swinging back and forth.
Oh.
And it was meant to be like a bat sleeping upside down.
Yeah, that's with Vicky. Okay. Okay. Well, my rating. Okay, my rating. So, Superman, I knocked down to 7 during our live stream. And so I'm thinking Batman's about the same spot as like a classic superhero movie. Like if you were to watch the first Superman or watch the first Batman, I feel like they're equivalent in that sense. Like, I think, like you mentioned, like you get like most of the same stuff, but the tones are different with the different heroes. So I feel like,
oh yeah,
in terms of that, I feel like giving this Batman a 7. Except also like the negatives are like a little different, because with Superman it was like the intro was kind of paced weird, and then the ending with the reverse time was like maybe that wasn't too good. But this one, it was like, it was very, very, very strong for like the first half, and then that half when like, let's show the parents dying from Joker, and then like it kind of, you know, Batman decides to kill everyone up until the end. It was kind of like, okay, everything like fell apart. But even then, yeah, I do think it's still, yeah, like those two are like evenly matched of being like good classic superhero movies. It's like that good 7 is what I give it.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed watching us watch Batman, let us know by subscribing, hitting the like button, and hitting the bell so you get notified every time we're dropping a new DC live action movie. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, we are watching every single live action DC movie in the lead up to James Gunn's new DC universe. We've already watched quite a few and already went live and everything, talking about the first batch of movies, and now we're in the Batman era. So if you guys are excited to see us check out the rest of these movies, then do all that. And go check out the Patreon page, linked in the description below. Over there you can watch the entire movie with us from the beginning to the end, where you sync up your own copy of the movie with us. Also, if you become a patron, you get shouted out at the end of every single video. Shouting out the patrons, we have Everton V, the Superman Batman, Tina, 1204, and Christina Renee. Thank you guys so much for being patrons. Thank you guys for watching. That's a wrap. Woo!
I am on break. I'm gonna live like a king by doing my thing. Hey, I am on break. I'm gonna live like free. I'm gonna do it like me. Yeah, I am on break. No, this is not fake. I'm just chilling on break.